How's everyone doing?
Great.
That's good. Okay. So I'm excited to see everyone. I see some people from my intro to baking class where we did the creaming method. Super excited to see some people. I think, Tony, you were in our group last time, right? Are you a new student? Thank you. Do you want to move a little bit closer? You're hiding behind that mixer. We're a friendly bunch, I promise. It's okay. This is a safe space. All right. Okay. So this is Baking Snacks and Cake Production. Everyone did really great in the flipped classroom. I was super proud of everyone. There was like a couple questions that seemed a little bit tricky, so I went in and I hand-graded them again. But everything was really good. Did anyone find anything interesting or new information? Lily, would you like to share something?
I found that baking substitute ingredients are really interesting.
Yeah. That's kind of like what our whole lesson is about. So I'm super excited. Anyone else had anything that they found interesting? It's okay. We're gonna get more interested in that. Perfect. Okay. Very nice. Oh no. It sounds Hello, welcome to Baking Science. I thought that was fun. Okay. No, gosh. No? Okay, hold on. Right there. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so I'll go over our established goals and standards that we're going to be doing today. So we have our ACF Standard 7.1, which is identify ingredients used in baking, describe their properties, and list and functions of various ingredients. And ACF 7.10, participate in the production of cakes and icing. Really, this is like we're just going to learn about our ingredients, learn about our substitutions, and kind of see how we can replace them and play with them in the production of cakes. So students will be able to understand the functions and properties of specific ingredients and how these qualities influence the final product. Students will use their newfound knowledge to alter a formula using ingredient substitutions. We'll get to that a little bit later. So what makes a cake? Anybody? Robert?
Icing.
Okay. But naked cakes are in right now.
That's
Cakes
true.
with no ice. So is it still a cake?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Dimensions.
I'm sorry, can you say that louder?
Dimensions.
Dimensions, can you explain that?
You can have a cupcake or a white cake.
Okay, yeah, so like any kind of formula or recipe, you can scale it up or scale it down, but that is very true. Anything else, Audrey?
I would say like a certain ratio of certain ingredients to get like specific texture.
That's cool. Can you go more into that?
Like
certain
a
types of
certain
ingredients.
like ratio of like the key principles like eggs and flour and sugar to produce like your desired texture.
Yeah, so that's pretty, Robert.
I was just gonna say maybe like it has to have like a quick bread, a batter that becomes a quick bread.
That's cool, yeah, batter. It's like, so not like a bread production where it's like a dough and it's something that's kind of more pliable. So batter is a free-floating viscous liquid. So Audrey hit it pretty well. She was talking about the ingredients that are fats, sugars, eggs, and flours. So who can give me a traditional fat that's in a cake? Butter. Very good. Anyone else? Any other ones? Dave.
Oil,
Oil. What kind of oil?
vegetable,
Vegetable oil. Tony, you have your hand up.
Crisco,
Crisco, yes. And what type of fat is Crisco?
white.
White, but what is it made of?
I don't know.
No? Cool, so actually you guys are kind of like high-fiving each other. So Dave said oil and you said shortening. Shortening is a hydrogenated oil. So it's a liquid oil that goes into a solid state that's solid at room temperature. So that's pretty cool. You guys tag team that. You guys might be lab partners. Any other facts that you found in the reading? Maybe, okay, now, so those are all good examples. How about sugars? What are some traditional sugars that we find?
Granulated.
Granulated. That's good. It's like a crystalline, little white traditionally. Very much that. Any other sugars? Robert.
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar. What? Do you know what brown sugar is?
Nope.
Can anyone help Robert? Does anyone know what brown sugar is? Sarah.
White sugar with molasses.
Very good. James, do I want to contribute this? Same thing?
That's what we're
Okay,
saying.
and then there's light brown sugar and dark brown sugar, right? Does anyone know the difference? I just like it.
I'm gonna guess, like dark brown sugar has more molasses.
Yeah, so like you can make it at home. So it's, or in the kitchen, if you like don't have your order didn't come in, you can make it yourself if you have molasses and sugar. So you don't always have to like waste to buy like a second or order a second form of sugar. You have that stuff in your pantry already, you can make it. Eggs. Who wants to talk about eggs or egg proteins as they found from the article?
Sarah does.
Sarah, okay, Tony, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but let's let Sarah talk for herself. She can advocate for her own learning. Don't feel pressured, Sarah. I know that you're an egg enthusiast.
The proteins in eggs, because they're dissolved into the egg, can easily be incorporated into
Cool, yeah.
our proteins.
Yeah, the main protein, like we find in baking a lot of times, is egg, which is an animal protein, but there are some other proteins, and when we go into our substitutions, the different kinds of fats, we kind of swap out the structure of a protein for fiber. Flours. Anyone want to talk about flours? Not the kind of flours you give your mom on Mother's Day. Sarah again.
All-purpose flour,
All-purpose
and
flour.
cake flour,
Cake flour.
bread flour.
Cool. So she listed the traditional kind of like bake shop staples of flour. Does anyone know why they're not all just flour? We don't use all the same white flour. What's in flour? What makes flour proper?
Different amounts of protein.
What's that protein called? Do you know?
Gluten.
Gluten. Yeah. So different levels of gluten. Some gluten, like a bread flour, is much higher gluten because you're trying to trap gas in the fermentation process. But when we go to eat a slice of cake or a cupcake, do we want to chew and chew and chew like a sourdough bowl? No. What do we want it to be?
Airy.
Airy,
Moist.
soft, light. Very good answers. Moist. There you go. Light and airy. You don't want it to be super dense. You want it to be something you can just like take a little bite out. Okay, so a lot of the articles in the flipped classroom were about substitutions. So let's move into fats. Does anyone recognize any of these? Could someone give me an example? Robert.
Looks like the first one's sour cream.
It's actually Greek yogurt,
Huh?
but very close, very similar. You could probably use a little bit of sour cream if you wanted to add a little bit of like acid or tannin or something. Greek yogurt, it's, what do we associate with like yogurt with a lot? Healthy, there we go. Jamie Lee Curtis, she's in that Activia commercial. Very healthy, it's good for us. Probiotics, we love the probiotics. These two in particular are what? V, starts with a V.
Vegetable.
Vegetables. You are probably like, oh, like what? How's there fat in vegetables? But especially the avocado, it's really heavy in monosaturated fats, which are kind of the good fats for you. They're single and easy to break down. Who's had guacamole? Cool. So it's like light and creamy, it's buttery kind of, but it's green. So that's cool. This is shortening, like Tony was saying. This is traditional butter. And this is, does anyone know, this is coconut oil. Coconut oil has like, people are really into it right now. It's kind of like the Hail Mary of everything. People like to use it as like body lotions or hair masks and everything, but that's another monosaturated fat. Sugars. What's the difference between, what kind of two sugars do you see on this screen? We got a sugar like this, and we have a sugar like this. Tony.
Liquid and solid.
Solid, very good. Can anyone guess what kind of structure that this is? Michaela. Crystallized. Crystalline structure. It's those nice little sugar crystals and granules in there. They're not microscopic, but you would need like a little magnifying glass to see them. They're little crystals. Yes, these are liquids. And then, where does the most of our sugar come from? Does anyone have any idea? Michaela, you have a guess? Sugar cane. Okay, so that, I was going to say plants, but sugar cane is right. That's where a lot of our white cane sugar comes from. Molasses, I believe, is a byproduct from the sugar milling process. We talked about brown sugar already, or our brown sugar stands. Pretty much all of these are plant-based, except for which one? Dave?
Honey.
Honey. Honey is people are like very into honey right now, but like saving the bees. It's very environmentally conscious. A lot of like farmers and stuff are trying to grow more plants that attract honeybees so that they can help repopulate. It's an invert sugar, it's a liquid sugar, but it's not vegan per se, because it comes from an animal byproduct, so you have to think about that in your clientele and your new market. These are our flowers. We have a little bit of oat flour, rice flour, this is buckwheat flour, this is corn flour. So those are just different flours. So should we need to know about ingredient substitutions? We say yes? Cool. Yes, we should, right? It's important to know. Here's some key reasons. We have our dietary restrictions, could be religious, kosher, or halal. That could affect like our clientele where we are. We have strict diets that some people are on, allergies, health concerns, could be high cholesterol, diabetes, weight management, and environmental conservation, renewable resources, habitat conservation. I'm so sorry. How we go in and how we mine or get our sugar, and save the bees again. Gotta save those bees, guys. Who remembers the scientific method from the flipped classroom? Very good. So this is kind of what we're going to be using today to navigate through our experiment. So I will put this up later, and you'll also have a worksheet that has it all on there. So I'll just get to the assessment real quick for you guys. So you'll be asked to think about ingredients and the characteristics they lend to a final product in the capacity of a food scientist. You will investigate various types of fats, sweeteners, flours, and eggs at stations. Remember to take notes. I have a note-taking paper for you guys. After that, you and your 2 lab partners, so you guys are going to be working in a group of 3, and I think we have 2 groups of 3 and 1 group of 2 because one student is out today. You will then employ the scientific method to come up with a hypothesis, test it, and collect data, and then present their findings to the class. The presentation should take no longer than 3 minutes. It's going to be a very quick presentation, but you want to be thorough, and again, there's a worksheet out there. You will be graded as a group, and the rubric is broken down by scientific method, time management, ingredient, data collection, and presentation. I will hand it out to you again, but this is it. Okay, and that concludes our PowerPoint. Let's shift over here to a quick little demonstration. Hurry on up. You guys can come around, I promise I don't bite. You can stand if you want. So I'm just going to do a real quick recap on the creaming method. I know that we went over it in your creaming classes. Sir, can you give me a rubber spatula, please? So here's my butter. I'm adding it straight into my bowl. And I'm going to add my sugar right in here. Just like that. Put my bowl. Let me cream that together. Start low and slow. Gradually grind it up. You don't want to ram your shift up or else it's going to like break it down. It's going to be not so cool for the mixer. Also, you guys saw how the cord was wrapped up and I took it off and put it up like that? That's exactly how these mixers are going to look at the end of class, right guys? Perfect, thank you. If you guys want to walk around and do a little quick choo-choo train and look in there, it's like a nice stand. Cool, cool, cool. That's good. Tony, keep the train going. Thank you so much. Perfect. It's all nice and condemned. I believe like it's 134 or 140 grams of eggs, but it's just pretty much like 3 eggs. So you guys can just use 3 eggs. Or if you're doing an egg substitution, use whatever equates to the 3 egg weight. I just like to add them one at a time on a medium speed until they're combined. Cool. So you can come back and look again. It might look a little curdled. When doing the cupcakes and cakes, we're going to add a lot of our flour and dry ingredients, which is a binder, so it's going to help emulsify again later on when it dries up the liquids. I have my flour. my salt, my baking powder, and I'm gonna turn that down. I'm gonna add my milk and vanilla. I just like to mix it together because it's a liquid. If you guys have any questions, also feel free to raise your hand and ask. Or if I'm looking down, just call my name and I'll look up. I'm just adding that in on a low speed. And then I pick it back up again. So now it's all looks like liquid, just like it did before. But it's gonna start to change when I add my dry ingredients. Now the other stuff I streamed in when it was mixing on low, but when I'm adding my dry, I just take it off. And I like to add my dry in half. So I'm gonna add about half. And this is sifted. And you can put it on low. Yes, Robert.
Why do you do it in that?
I just don't like to add it all in at once because, like, if I want to mix faster, it'll kick up in my face and kind of make a mess. It's kind of just to help keep your station clean. This is cake flour, so it's like a lower level gluten, so you don't have to worry about overdeveloping or lower developing, underdeveloping. Sorry. Cool. And then I'm gonna just add my last half. Get it right there. Oops, so sorry. Just let that mix. You guys want to come around, you can look.
Chef, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Some recipes call for you to add the flour and also make the milk. Is there a difference between just
I would say that probably depends on the ratios of the other other ingredients in the formula. For this, it's a pretty liquid formula. Some cake batters, if they're high fat, they will be like a lot thicker. You can kind of pick it up. This is much more viscous, so it just has more liquid with the eggs and milk and the vanilla. Okay. So this is all mixed. And then each team is going to get a cupcake tin, and we're going to line them with paper trays. And then I'm just using a 1/4 cup measuring scoop, and then all of us will use that, and that's how we can control the results. Tony, what are you doing over there? Never mind, okay. And then so I just do little 1/4 cups just like that. And this should give you about 12 1/4 cup scoops. And then the deck oven over there they're both set to 375, the top two. So we can bake them in there in shifts. And the formula, it's about 10 minutes, check, then 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes. But it's on the formula that I'll hand out after. Any questions? Okay. So I'm just gonna get my formula. Why don't you guys pick your teams right now? So 2 groups of 3 and 1 group of 2. And then once you pick your team, come up to me and I'll hand you your formula. Perfect. Here's the formula.
Oh, you're pressing out.
Or Young, do you wanna? Are you gonna bring him? Okay, go over here with that then. And then you guys want to be 2? You have Tony? Okay, so you guys are 3. And then you're 2. Perfect. Okay, any last questions? All right, well, I'll see you guys in the next class. Thank you so much.